Jacobico, how you doing? Can you hear me? Oh, gotta turn down that sound. Oh, we gotta turn on the lights too. How you doing, Jacobico? Good morning. 7 months, let's go. I agree. Where are you working now? You got a job, right? I just forgot where it was. Yay, you can hear me. So, did I turn the music down? I did. It's supposed to be like 12. There we go. So now you can hear my voice over the music, because I know that's why you all turn in, is to listen to my lovely, lovely, lovely voice. Rivet. What does Rivet do? What does Rivet do? Like Rivet, like... Okay, so Rivet's like, right, or what they use to, like, build machinery and stuff, so I'm like, what are you gluing together? Oh, it's warm. So, today, starting a new project for my new, oh my gosh, approve all applications, yes. For my new O'Reilly course. Health systems integration, so you're doing a weird binding thing together. Tracking payments and estimates. It's a weird name, but good. I'm glad you have a job. So. Okay, so I'm gonna just start by mapping out what this project is and what we need to do for it. I don't think it's live yet. I know I signed the yeah, I know the course has ended, but I'm still an instructor. And I have new courses. Nope. Okay, but that's really cool. Yeah. Oh, how are you doing, Van? Yeah, it's a new O'Reilly course. This one is 3 weeks, and it's Go Services. That's really funny that my name pops up in Joe's book. I gotta share it with Joe. So yeah, clearly it's not... I've signed the agreement, I'm making it, I have to write the course, but it is definitely new. And maybe it's a good thing that I'm starting the material before it's published. A little bit of preparation, but you know, the stuff's gonna be GitHub, open source, or whatever. So, Golang WebServices in 3 weeks. This project is the course. No, this repo contains the examples and exercises for the O'Reilly online learning course. Go in. Well, I'm just gonna do Go Web Services in 3 weeks. And then we'll go that period. Okay. We're gonna have, there's 3 days. So we're gonna have 3 parts. well, let's just do this. Right, that does align in Markdown, so we'll have REST servers, REST API protocols, we're gonna call it that. We'll probably change the titles when I actually write the slides. Database, data store. Well, this is databases essentially for web services, because everybody's got to have a backend. And then the last one is monitoring. I will be using some frameworks. So, yes. Sorry, my nose really itches. So, as far as education-wise, would definitely be covering mostly standard library, and but like for the examples, I definitely want to use some of the frameworks. Muck servers, I think will be one we'll definitely dive into quite a bit. For the database stuff, we'll probably use SQL C or SQLX. And then for the last part, which is metrics and monitoring. And again, there's an echo? I'm sorry. I don't know what would be causing an echo. Is it still there? It could have just been my dogs barking. Like, my dogs definitely do cause an echo when they bark. So, for the metrics and monitoring stuff, yeah, there's definitely going to be quite a bit of frameworks. We're going to be talking about middlewares, you know, and all that fun jazz. So, oh, there's a package called Echo? Ooh, nice. I'll add it to my list. We're definitely gonna Echo framework. Jacob knew about it, so that's all that matters. And then let's just go. We'll put that in the Explore More because I don't know anything about it, but I'm sure it's a great tool. And then maybe if I have time before it comes up with, ooh, okay, that's nice. I think that's a great thing. I don't want to teach that per se as far as teaching goes, but I think it's a great thing to have, a great reference. So thank you for that. And I need to definitely explore it. So what is Mariah's to-do list? First thing first, I have this somewhere. Oh, right over here. I have my outline. Better to use Chi? Okay, I'll use Chi, that's fine. I didn't know Mux was archived. Thank you, Derek. I feel like we use Mux at work. Like, that's the only reason I even said Mux. Was because, like, I feel like I'm currently using it. Like, I really don't. I don't use it for, like, personal stuff anywhere. Exercises. So we have exercise 1, which is, this would be standard library server. Oh, I knew about Jin. I'm gonna have to like research all of these. Which one has the most stars? I don't write stuff with it. I just swear it was in there. I agree, we shouldn't use it. I don't want to use anything that is not being maintained. That's security risk. Exercise 1, a standard library, listen and serve. Exercise 2, oh, that's a quiz on status codes. I need to make the status code quiz. This is going to be fun. And these are just all things to put in the repo. Okay, so now, and then this is the exercise 2. And this would be, I called it a Mux server, but clearly we're not using Mux, so this would be framework server. Not a framework server, but like a server with middleware options, right? And this will be the one we use later when we do auth and stuff. Fiber? Para? What is fiber? Is that another Go thing? Q&A break. Then we're gonna have exercise 3, which is client for our second server. Well, not our second server. My goal here is to have a live server that they can interact with. Chi is the best? Okay, I'll take that into consideration. Oh, nice. Thank you for that. Let's look at that. Go fiber. That's the wrong... Come on. Ooh. Clearly. I just need to... I don't feel like all this stuff came up when I just sent in the past year. So clearly, then if I need serious performance fast HTTP, is that the best? Isn't that what Fiber literally said they were doing? Oh, built on top of fast HTTP? Okay. I don't need fast performance. Client to query. See, I need to host a server. That's my last exercise. Oh, nope. There's one more exercise. This is a lot of... Well, I guess this is 4 exercises for one day. So I feel like this is a lot of exercises. Oh, fast doesn't support HTTP 2? Oh, interesting. Well, I like only use HTTP 2. Well, actually, that's... Depends on the use case. I don't always just use HTTP 2. Go dog. Or G hot dog. Is it goat dog or G hot dog? Because it's like ghost. Anyway, G hot dog. Currently, we only hire where we have formal subsidiary companies, which is the US, Canada, and UK. I'm sure we'll be expanding that at some point, but just for HR purposes, we only hire where we have subsidiary companies. That being said, go dog. So for this, I want to set up I need to, again, exercise 1 is connect to a database, which means I need to have a hosted database. There's a BDD framework called Golang. Okay. I shouldn't be surprised. Exercise 1, I need a hosted DB to connect to. I talked about is there a way to add comments to a README file? Connect to hosted database with dummy data. I talked to some people at Fly to see if I could get some stuff up for this, but they said, yeah, we could do it, and then silence. So I don't know. Exercise 2. And this is just, I'm trying not to stray too far from the outline. This would be add client and interface. The reason to add a client and an interface, in my head, the reason I was thinking about it is that allows you to switch out your backends whenever you want to by maintaining the same functionality. Exercise 3 is testing unit tests with mock client. And an interface will help with that. We only have 3 exercises. Oh my god. Oh, there is a quiz. Exercise. Okay. Thank you, G Hot Dog. Because I forget how to do comments in Markdown. And again. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Metrics and monitoring. We have to do, and this is all stuff I need to build before June 13th. Oh, that was the other thing I want to do. I want to set up, while I'm thinking about it, we need to set up, like, the live test for these. So I was creating an event. I was thinking on doing them on Saturdays. Day 1 would be REST APIs. RESTful, should I say RESTful APIs? Okay, I'm not gonna spend, I just have to have everything done by June 13th, so I want to give it... But which day is Memorial Day? I can't... The problem is Memorial Day weekend. Maybe we do it ignoring the 13th, and we start on June 3rd. So June 3rd would be the first one. It's 4 hours, so like 10 to 2? No, like 2. It's 4 hours. 12 a.m. 2 p.m. No, 10 a.m. Okay, and 2 p.m. Let's do that. I am the speaker. I just need to send this over to Clint so he can say this is what I want. And then we can add a venue. What was your problem freaking editing? Oh, just then don't do that. It's just me. Thank you. No, don't announce it. Don't do anything. I just need to send this to Clint, and then it's done. We're done. Thank you. Sounds good. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. Cool, we're back. At some point, I think that... I don't know when this HelloFresh coupon expires, but it should be soon. Hi, Lena. Did you come to say hi to the camera? Want to come say hi, get some scratches? Up? Oh no, don't want to come up, just want to be a girl that gets scratches. Yeah. Want to come up? Come on. Say hi. I know. Hi. Say, I'm Lulu. Hello Twitch, I'm Lulu, and I distract my mom, and I want her to pay me attention. You can go bark? Okay, go get him, go bark. It's okay. You can get him. Go get Max, go bark. Go bark. Go get Max. It's okay. My dogs are only mildly needy. Only minimally needy. Okay, day 3. Quiz, auth tokens. I don't know what I'm gonna do for this auth token quiz, but I clearly had something in my head about what I wanted to do for it. That's not how you spell quiz. Exercise. Authentication. Exercise 1 is API auth. This is gonna be fun. I know my Face ID is Kansas. Just wanted to see who was messaging me on Slack. That's it. Exercise 2 is adding middle. Exercise is a hard word for me to spell. Is middleware. I know it feels really weird to me that we talk about custom middleware servers up in the rest part, and then we don't use middleware until the end. It felt weird the whole time. But I had to spread the content out over 3 days. And we don't really need it until the end. Exercise 4 is this is so exercise heavy on this last day. This is just going to be essentially like a live, a closed Twitch stream, it feels like. Add monitoring. And then the last exercise should be add alerts. So at work, we use the XP var library, which is a Go standard library thing. I didn't know it was. And it works out really well. But I don't feel like I've ever heard anybody else talk about them. So yeah, this one. Like, this is how we set up everything for Prometheus, for everything. Yeah, the monitoring one will be really good. That was actually not my idea. I definitely stole that from... I didn't steal anything. It was suggested to me by a... Should we just call you... Like, Todd's not on here. If Jacobico's on here, he knows who his father is. What will we cover in monitoring? In the course, a lot. In this, everything right here. Auth, monitoring for endpoints, and then alerts. So, you know, error, status codes, latency, traffic, right? Because a huge part of monitoring is latency and throughput. You need to know if you need to adjust your if you have any kind of proxy server in front of it, you need to know if you need to adjust your proxy server. You need to know if you need to have additional clients. If you're using Kubernetes, that would mean additional pods. If you're just using something like HA proxy with a standard with a gross rollout system, you know, stuff like that. What is the cost of this course? I don't know what O'Reilly charges. I honestly have no clue what O'Reilly charges. All of this stuff here will have some minimal explanation and is definitely open source. Yes, I will share a link to what's covered in the course when O'Reilly posts it. But as of right now, it's not on the O'Reilly website. And so the best thing for you to do is just get code. Just do code and star or clone the repo. Because everything that, I'll probably even put a copy of my slides in the repo so people can access them. But, because I own the copyright to my content. So yeah, right now, best way to get this is to just do the code command and get this. So let's go ahead and add this. I think for most of this stuff, especially like the hosted stuff, I want to have two methods. So let's do this. One method, I want to do a hosted and then a local with Docker. So that way I know I don't want Docker to be a requirement. But like, you know, if somebody has, where's the repo? Just do code. The code command. That's the best way to get it. It's to do the code command. Cool. So, yeah. And for this course specifically, I think it's going to be very important that this runs. Not just the code coverage, but mostly the Go test. I just want the tests to pass. I don't have a test thing. Also, why isn't this running 120? I should add a linting step here. Add linting and test step. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to do... I'm surprised I don't have it in my outline. Do I not have it in my outline? Oh, yes, I do have... I need to have an example of that. We're not going to do the exercise because of time, but I do want to have an example of integration testing with GitHub's actions. Reason number 1, I'm hosting it on GitHub. Reason number 2, I think this is definitely an underutilized option when it comes to databases, so we need to have an example of that. And since I'm already going to be using GitHub Actions, obviously, because I just opened it. Yeah. And then I can add additional... I shouldn't be using the same jobs. This job can run unit tests, I'm fine with that. But I should have an additional workflow, or not necessarily an additional workflow, but at least an additional action for this. Yeah, that's part of the course, and so I should have an example for it. There's probably going to be parts of the presentation that I will add here. So any code example that I'm using in a slide should be here, and then, or at least in, yeah, they'll be here, and then I'll put them in a gist or something for the slide itself. But everything that's referenced should be in this repo long term. And that way, if it's in a gist or something I can link, I can just update the repo anytime I need to upgrade the course. Like something that bit me last time I did one of these O'Reilly courses is I had everything tied to Go 118, and I gave it again after Go 120, and things had changed. Linters had changed, and so I needed to update the course, and I didn't do it in a reasonable time for the for one of the scheduled classes, one of the scheduled events, and it was like blatantly obvious. So I don't want to have to update 12 different things, right? Slides and examples. If I can get it to the point where everything's kind of linked to this repo, using embedded gists, then I don't have to worry too much. It can be a pretty simple, go. So we're gonna make a directory. We don't need a space there. Make dir, this is RESTful. We're gonna call it RESTful Go. Right, that's day 1. And so we're going to have inside RESTful Go, we'll also have a README. And then I'm just going to make a main.go file. Oh, I don't want a readme.go. Readme.md. Cool. Day 1. I have a title for day 1 somewhere. Oh, I don't have a title for day 1. Float term usage? What do you mean by float term usage? I feel like I've lost context for that. Golang. And then are the code samples, exercises, quizzes, and links needed. Yeah, all the messages, well, yes. There's a 20-second delay between my live and what you see, and then you respond to that. So basically, I'm getting your message about 20 seconds after live, even though you're sending it live. It's a weird lag thing. Like, it's weird to have a delay. There is a small benefit to having for this course. And then here I will add the links, right, for exercises. So for exercise 1. Exercise is such a hard word. And then we'll have... Oh, I need to... So this would be, oh my gosh. What did I name that stupid thing? EX-1-servers? Server.go. Cool. This one should be pretty simple, right? It's just gonna be a basic listen and serve situation. And then honestly, I think like I'm gonna have a reference, since I'm just gonna copy and paste it from somewhere else. I know I am. Watch. Or I'll just put a like additional, because they see this is pretty much everything I want right here. Except for they're going to be building their own. But anyway. Go by example. HTTP servers. That's not what I wanted. Heap server. I should have had Copilot. I should just go to ChatGPT and have ChatGPT generate all of the stuff for me. All of the course files, and then I just edit them. That's honestly would be kind of funny. Listen and serve 8090, pretty simple. We should have one that takes an input. We want this one to actually have the reader take an argument, so I could just like curl hello, right? Well, actually, so this should be, no, I want the curl command for it. Yeah. And this is a get, but if I wanted it to be a post, is it -X or -D? It's -X. No, it doesn't need to be a post. I don't need a payload. But I want there to be like this where you, yeah, do that, have an argument, and then you would print that. I don't need headers. And they should be able to build this themselves from an empty main.go. So I'm not too concerned. Don't need that. I want the handle func hello with the hello function. Oh yeah, I like that. And then we have a here. Yeah. Yeah, pretty simple. Really don't need anything else. I want them to be able to mess around with parameters whenever they need to, so you know. So that's fun. Did I tell you that? So, I usually stream in the afternoon. I've been streaming in the afternoons my whole streaming career. But Twitch Analytics told me that the best time to discover my stream is between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. my time. Okay, cool. That's not... So I'm trying... So yeah. Anyway. So that's why I'm streaming in the morning. I'm hoping to get a little bit more. I got a ton of discovery using the term neovim, just nvim. Vim to nvim magically made more people tune in. People don't care about Go. So maybe I should just always say using neovim, and then people will watch. I don't know. I don't know what the secret to discovery is. I think that typing "come work with me" might be, but I don't think there's a ton of people in the US that watch Twitch streams, so it's like I don't think that'll work. Okay, this should be good enough. We should... Oh, okay, well this is not good enough. Things that they can do here. Should I check? That's fun. I was trying to... If name does not equal that, then we print it. If name does not equal, then we print it and return. And then otherwise, We just don't do anything. All right. Add a couple fun checks. We're gonna stick name in here. This not equals. Make this be name. We don't need a return in there. Cool. This is fun. And I think that's good for exercise 1. There's a way to cross this out, and I think it is this. Status code. So this will be fun. I'm gonna skip that. We did quizzes on the last one. We had a lot of fun doing quizzes, but I don't want to just like quiz what is the status code. That's stupid. Yeah. Let's go to adding middleware. So now I'm actually going to check out some of that stuff you sent. Exercise 2. And it should be EX-2- should I call it custom servers or frameworks? Or in my presentation outline I called it open source servers. So I'm gonna put that there, but I definitely don't know. Don't know. So yeah, EX2, we'll call this, what should we call it? A lightweight, idiomatic responsible router for building Go services? Is it composable router? Web framework, which means they do, yeah, all of it. The data binding, the data rendering. Yeah, this is essentially the whole shebang. Web framework. Web framework is a good term. Web framework. Should we say web framework? Letters and fruits. Naming is the worst. And like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I interact with some people and they act like they're good at naming things. But then I talk to everybody else says no. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why the English language has to be so hard. So we're going to call this a web framework. Web frameworks. Nope, come here. Fruits. Like, I've tried to, like, do, like, cheeky names. And that doesn't work either. Like, yes, I'm always, the worst part, I mean, I'm really good. I really love things like search and replace. I just don't like it when you have it like dependency. Like, right, dependency renaming is the worst. When you have it linked across like 19 different files and you're like, oh, well, that name's stupid and doesn't describe it anymore, and you have to go change all the files. And invalidating a cache. Those are literally, oh, this is a good one. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. 100% the two hardest things. Ugh. I can't think of anything harder. I mean, and their data, like, I interact with data all day. My day job is, what should I say? I build data systems? I build data systems. That's what I do. So I interact with data sets all day. And naming is, like, if you don't have good naming, you don't know what your data is. And if you can't validate it, you don't know what your data is. And so it's, like, the exact same thing. No, and I want to say they're solved problems. Somebody solved, but they're not. They're like the worst. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and push this up as a point in time. Okay. Because we have exercise 1. And then we're going to call it exercise 1. Hello, Greenfield. How you doing today? Exercise 1 committed. That's a horrible... Talking about... That's still horrible. Yeah. Because why not? I don't think there's... How are you... Nice to see you here, Greenfield. I'm trying to understand how my discovery works. That's one of my missions of the stream. Ooh, an ad starting soon. Sorry, we'll come back after the ad and chat. Come on, start the dang ad. Okay. Greenfield. Once the ad's over. I don't know if the ad's just starting soon. Just hurry up and start, you stupid ad. Once the ad's over, I want to know... Oh, there it is. Okay. Stupid ad. That's not... Okay, this should be back. So, Greenfield, if you're still here, I want to understand how... I've done a little bit of research, just like minimal. I'm really curious about how Twitch Discovery works. I'm trying to stream at better times for according to Twitch analytics for Twitch Discovery, and I want to understand this exercise uses the following web frameworks. That's all I wanted. I'm trying to understand how Twitch Discovery works. Apparently, this is one of the for Monday. I'm streaming during one of the highest watch times for software and game development, right? That's the topic I'm in. So according to on Monday, this is the best time for streaming. So I want to know, how'd you find me? Did you search Go? Did you find me on Twitter? Did you find me on LinkedIn? Were you just browsing through software and game development? How did you find this channel? That's for everybody. I want to know how everybody discovered it. Because last stream we did really good with subs, we did really good with discovery, and I'm very curious. I want to understand from the people. Okay, so I want to understand from mi gente, from the people, how you find out about my stream. Okay. Whoa! Sorry. Martini. I know somebody who worked on Martini. How you doing, Lulu? Did you come back see Mama? Lulu stuck her head under the green screen. You can't see her. You can see her nose a little bit. Huh, Lulu? Did you come find Mama? What do you need? What do you need? Did you bark? Did you bark in? Yeah. You kind of stinky. You're a little bit stinky. Yeah. Hey, Mama. Mama, it's hard to be a good... Oh, do you need to come up? Get Mama. Do you need to come up? Mama scratch you. Sorry. Have to give them some love. Huh, baby. Huh, baby. Love is very important for the little... You want to come up? Up? No, just some scratches. Okay. You cannot sit on Mom's lap. You are too big. Yeah, I'm Mama. You want to sit down, snuggle Mom's feet? I don't know what she wants. Hey there, Raggy. You're from Russia? Oh, that's great. 100% the Raggy. I'm just curious, because they're presenting it like a thing. I mean, there are this channel, right? I mean, when Primogen stream, there are people. Come on, up. I have seen. Your repo is your name. I have seen streamers on software and game development pull 1,500 viewers, easy. And I'm trying to understand how they pull, these are individuals, this isn't groups of people. But I'm trying to understand how they pull 1,500 viewers, because it's clearly not from Twitch, organic Twitch searching. I don't know if it's they've followed, they've subscribed, they know them from somewhere else, and they just look for notifications, push notifications or email notifications. I don't understand, because it's not like other Twitch mediums where you get a bunch from raids or all that kind of stuff. What can I do for you? What can I do for you, Lulu? What can I do for you? What? What can I do for you? Okay, this is usually... She acts like this when she needs to go to the bathroom. So I need to go over to the bathroom. I know I just ran an ad, and so I don't want to just run an ad. But I don't really have anything else to do. So I'm not going to run an ad, but I need a break. So Oh, are you good at naming variables? What was our poll results? I didn't see that. Anyway. View results. Thank you. Nobody answered the poll, so it's fine. Yeah, it's gotta be from other social media channels. Okay, she left. So maybe she's just scared of the vacuum and she wanted to go downstairs. So we're good. Okay. Discord. Oh, it could be because they have a Discord community. I forget about Discord because I don't want to manage one. Well, I mean, like, I don't feel like I pull enough people to set up a Discord. That's the truth. Like, even if I could get 20 people on the regular, yeah, I'd probably set up a Discord. But I don't, so why even try? Anyway, I'm trying to figure out if I was to just go from stars alone. I've heard of Chi before. From your recommendations. Jin has the most stars. Right? I'm trying to figure out which one to use. If I were to go... This is used by 5K projects. Does this one have a used by metric? No. It has a lot of contributors. It's passing. It's got a lot of people on Discord. Got good Go coverage. Oh, so does this one. Joint chat. I think we're gonna go with Jin. Go fiber? Chicken meat egg, I agree. Chicken meat the egg. So I have Go fiber right here. Open. But compared to the other ones, well, it does have more stars than Chi. So that's definitely true. So it's got tons of stars. I would say it's got good benchmarks. Like, it looks like a good thing, and I'm definitely going to add it as one of my references. It's got middleware support, WebSocket support. Like, obviously, this is a good... I'm happy with it. I just don't know. My gut is saying, why don't you try Jin? So... So, I'm gonna try Jin. I don't know why. I don't make... And if this is ridiculously hard to set up, I'll switch. Like, I don't make incredibly formed decisions. When I'm, like, this is literally my first draft. So, of all this stuff. I do have, just so you know, Greenfield, I do have fiber right here. So I do have things linked. Yeah, so there. Another thing I've been thinking about, and it's not like, again, I don't, as far as Twitch viewers, I'm not necessarily trying to, like, make a ton of money off of Twitch. I'm not, I enjoy content creation. I want content creation to be worth my time. I want to create meaningful content. And, like, if I'm doing that via Twitch, a good 60%, if not 70%, of the value from the content comes from interacting with Twitch chat. So that live interaction is a huge part of what makes Twitch content valuable. It's not the VOD. So... there's definitely a lot of, like, a lot of people that watch my YouTube streams. I don't know why. They'll go and watch the YouTube channels. Doesn't make sense to me. But I need to fix that. I fixed my Vim and I still get errors. So I don't know. So I'm not actively exploring the problem space. I am kind of a little bit passively exploring the problem space. But it's definitely a thing. Fast. Isn't everything fast? Okay. I don't want my stuff to look like this example, so we're gonna have to, I mean, obviously, it's fine to start with the example. Also, I always press escape when I'm in the prompt. I knew that. It should be go install. Because they removed go get. It should. I did it again. Oh, and I need a freaking latest. See, I ran into this problem a couple weeks ago. Latest. And I'm sure somebody has something to update their... If not, I will. Does anybody have a pull request to update docs? Like the install instructions? Oh, look, it's right there. Oh, this is an issue? Did nobody just change the... Oh, there is a file change. Okay. I agree. My approval doesn't mean anything. I am sure my approval means nothing, but... They should definitely merge that. But the last merge was on March 1st. They have like 9,000 contributors. And by that, I mean 380. Chi was 4 days ago. And Go Fiber was 2 days ago. Jin is losing support. This one needs to have Go Get as well. Do they have a pull request for that? They don't. What do you guys think? Which one should I use? I am now leaning... I'm leaning towards fiber. Just because fiber, again, Jin has the most stars. Followed by fiber, then Chi. Fiber is definitely being upgraded actively, whereas this is clearly... March isn't that long ago, but... It is over a month ago. So March isn't that bad. I was thinking it was September. I mean, definitely being worked on by the most people. What do we think? Which one? I don't know why my screen keeps doing that. I don't know. For courses like this, like definitely something more community driven is going to be a huge deal. Nobody's voting. Come on, guys. Vote in my polls. It's fine. When creating a course, it's almost like I'm recommending something. And I don't want to take the time to try all of these out. I could. I mean, to be fair, I could say in the exercise, choose a framework. And then just have examples for all three, right? Like, that's not a bad idea. Should I do that? Somebody misspelled go fiber in my poll. It's not that hard. I want you to know that I am about ready to delete my Twitter application because the past 3 days, Twitter notifications have been insane. I don't know what they think they're doing, but insane. Like, just the worst. Worst thing in the world. So. I don't know what to say. Okay. So, and then I just want to say, I think I am taking Echo out of the running just because I feel like it's still on the references, right? Like, I can still cover it in a slide and be like, hey, this is an option, but I don't think it fits. I think it's too much for the building aspect of this course. I think that might be an overbearing thing. But, you know, whatever. I think, okay. You've talked me into it, chat. Your silence has definitely talked me into it. I am thinking as I play Pokemon Go. Because this is how I think. I think I'll need to provide examples for all of them. And I'll just say in the instructions, pick a web framework from the following blah, 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 blah. And use it to implement X or use it to implement Y or something like that. Alright, that sounds good. I don't know what endpoints yet. I haven't gotten that far. Here are some examples of open source frameworks. That work? And then I get rid of this dumb reference thing. And then we just do that. And then I can pull these down. Cool. Happy with that? I'm happy with that. So this is Jen. I might have to make some fun. Do some fun things. So what do they have? Gin.default and gin.run. With a ping and a message pong. Quick start. I do like that they have good language distribution. Fiber definitely had the best language distribution. Because these O'Reilly courses have had tons of international people attending when I've done them. I mean, obviously I teach them in English and they should have a good grasp of English, but if English is not your first language, you can always have supplemental material in any language, right? So, HTTP router. Oh, that's nice. Projects using it. I'm just looking at some of this stuff. Logger and recovery middleware are already attached. That's nice. Error types, handler functs, router groups. You have See, I told you I didn't want to try out with all of them, but I'm gonna literally have to try with all of them. See? Serve mux. Sorry, I got distracted. And my nose itches again. Quick starts. Graceful shutdown. I don't know. We're pretty much only doing this. So, the question is, so here's my thought. And I'm just feel free to express all of your thoughts in chat. I'm kind of rubber ducking for a little bit. So that doesn't help you. Building exercises is hard for me because dummy exercises are stupid, right? Like, giving them the stuff that they can go find in any of these example pages is kind of dumb. So I want to give them something that's actually useful, and the best way to do that is to build something that actually does a thing. And so I was thinking, honestly, I feel like I need like a companion project, like I need to build a thing that does. I need to build a web service that you can basically the whole thing. A server with a client, which would be the front end. The only front end would be the client, because it's going to be only interacted with via curl or a Go client, because why build a stupid website? With a database that can be monitored, it can have auth, it does all of the things I want it to do, and then I can just pull the examples out as needed. But it's really hard to build examples if they don't provide a piece of functionality, because otherwise they're stupid, right? Like if the examples don't solve a complex problem, or at least a medium difficulty problem. Oh, ad's starting. Okay. The ad's starting soon. So think about it. Should I have a companion service that will do all of the things that I'm teaching? Okay, welcome back. I'm trying to think of, so I do think I need this companion service. A question is, so for my last course, and then here is ideas for companion service. So you need to help me with this, because I don't know what to do. So for my last course, we essentially built a program that counted the number of times whale or a word like whale was used in the Moby Dick text for the book Moby Dick. One, because the text was available online. Two, because it was really easy. And three, because I had no time to come up with something something functional that I could actually use. So I would love, ideally, to have some kind of a service that did this. A service that would actually be useful, that implements these ideas, and that I can pull pieces out of to for the examples. Because otherwise, first of all, if the examples don't tie together, like tying the examples together is a really good way to solidify learning, because they're constantly building on it. They're reviewing their old code. They're going to remember principles, and they're going to build a complete, like, they're going to be able to walk away with a complete service. Right? So that's, I'm okay. I'm kind of blowing a little bit of smoke here because I have not done any study or on education theory. So I'm kind of blowing a little bit of smoke. But I don't want it to be useless. I want it to be something useful, at least for me. Like, otherwise I'm just wasting my time, right? Like, I have tons of projects that I want to build. And so these can definitely be used for this exercise stuff. And I'll need monitoring with it. I'll need hosting. I'll need alerts. I'll need auth. I'll need middleware. I'll need a database. Like, these are all things I need. So I might as well do something I'm proud of and extract this stuff for examples. Problem is, I don't know what to build. So I've had a couple of ideas. One thing, I would love to be able to do a polling server that connects to because I like Twitch polls. I just don't like the fact that people who aren't live can't watch them, because a lot of the people that I interact with async. So, like, I would like it to be Twitch plus Slack plus Twitter plus link, or even YouTube. Because YouTube actually does that. Another thing I would love to do would be a chat GPT Twitch bot. But this is like not as fun, but conversations with chat with GPT-4. And that would have Twitch commands and all that stuff. Another thing... What else do I need? I don't really... Like, I totally... My Twitter bot died. But if I went back to the original idea of the Twitter bot, it would be a meetup announcement bot. And it would use Slack commands to post meetup events to socials. Yeah. So yeah, see, that's the thing though, is like none of these would... I don't feel like any of these are good web services. And there's gotta be something that I need. The other thing that I wanted to do well, I mean, I do have my meetup API scraper, but that's just a hosted thing. There's no need for APIs in that. Right? So like there's no need for an endpoint. It's just a job. Well, there will be at least one endpoint, which would be to run the job. That's the only endpoint. What does this do? What other stuff do I have coming? I wanted to do something similar. And do like also like if there's like busier weeks. And then also category. Right. But that's also kind of boring. So like somebody else has got to have ideas for what to build. I mean, people come up with ideas all day. And like I would do all the legwork. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very confused. Because it needs to be something with a decent database to interact with. Which means it has to... Like, it doesn't need a database now. But it also shouldn't have any... It shouldn't have any, like, important information in it, right? So... That's why ChatGPT stuff would be fun. But I don't want to store all that. Hi, Lulu. Good job sitting on your bed. So yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas for any web projects you want to build that are not websites? Do I have any more on my board? No. I don't have any more on my board. Hey, Nathan, how you doing? Today I am working on my Go course for my next O'Reilly workshop. Well, my next O'Reilly live course. Available on the code command. And so it's all about web services. I started on some of the examples. Which, you know, an HTTP hello curl command was really easy. And I got to the point where I was going to go to the second exercise, which is using a web framework type thing, you know. I mean, I could also do standard library and do an http.servmux. But, like... Well, that's not there. See? But I figured if I was going to do something like this, it would be worthwhile to introduce one of the web frameworks, since that's what people tend to use anyway once they get to that level. I mean, there's definitely people who don't. Tailscale. Because why would Tailscale use anybody else's stuff? I'm going to snooze this next ad. So, it was coming in 15 minutes. I don't want it to come in 15 minutes. So, yeah. So, I'm trying now. Don't use gin. Good to know. See? I won't use gin. Oh, you don't like the way it does context? What's wrong with context? I'm sure I would have run into that when I started doing its stupid auth stuff. So Jin's somewhere. Right here. But Jin has definitely, like, the most use. And anyway. So I landed on... I should just let people choose their own framework and give them an exercise, right? Which is fine. People can choose whatever they want. Oh, it uses its own context. Good to know. Yeah, that's a big red flag for me. No, I didn't want to right quit that. Anyway, so I landed on this. Okay, I should. Yeah, something super simple, which is I'm between. I have these three: chi, gin, and fiber, and I was saying, hey, pick one. And it looked nice, but then I was like, okay, now I need to implement something. And I was like, I don't want to implement their examples, right? Because, like, my go-to is just like, okay, I'll just take this and add it. And it's like, I don't need another Hello World. I would love to do something that actually leverages, like, the search, the parameter search and stuff like that. But, I don't want to use theirs, right? Like, I don't want to duplicate their stuff. That's stupid. That's then me hand-holding people as they walk through docs, and like, why pay money for that? Since people pay money for these courses. So then I was like, okay, if I'm going to build something that does something else and then just use it for examples, I should, anyway, I need ideas. And so now I'm like, okay, what kind of companion service, right? If I was going to build out a service using all of these ideas and all of these examples that I plan to instruct with, what can I build? And so I started listing ideas, and I don't like any of them. I mean, these are all things I intend to build, but I don't think they're like super great for this course. Because I'm not changing my course outline based on my ideas being crap. B, I did say A for the first one. I hope I said A for the first one. B, these aren't really good public data sources. Like, there's if we're going to have an entire day based on interacting with a database, we need to have something that can be a good, clean data source, and none of these are good, clean data sources. So yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Needing a good, clean data source to do my stuff. And so I'm trying to think of some ideas of things to build. And while I do that, I should probably go back to here and now that I'm not using Bigo, what does Copilot think Bigo is? No, that looks like I built the doc site. Oh, this one has a lot of stars. It's about as active as Jin. So yeah, that's essentially where I'm at. Should we do cheese since that was my gut anyway? I could always build a chat server. That was something that, again, Oh, uses a framework that's now archived? Well, that's pretty... Which one? Mux? Gorilla Mux? Because Gorilla Mux is definitely archived. Never used Chi. Yeah, use Gorilla Mux. I've heard good things. I've heard of Chi. I've also heard of Jin. I haven't heard of Fiber. But hearing of Chi usually is a good sign. Ooh, I like the idea of having an admin router. Oh. And middleware handlers. We're going to talk about middleware. Request handlers. Logger, no cache, profiler. You should use GRP. I mean, maybe. I hope that Wink... I mean, if I could do it my way, I would just build the whole thing out with gRPC and just tell them to live with it, but that's not super realistic. At all. Goji. Beyond REST. Go and look at GraphQL. Yeah. I mean, I proposed to O'Reilly a gRPC course and they said no. So, whatever. If you do not want my gRPC expertise, whatever, I will tell you how to build web services, cause that is dang something I can do. Yes. I mean, if I was doing something only internal, I would definitely build gRPC. 100%. 100%. I love gRPC, and I use it everywhere I can. Oh, look. Cloudflare and Heroku use it. So that's good. So yeah, okay, well, let's start with Chi, and then, I don't know why. Probably because nobody voted in my poll. Oh my gosh, stop it. And now I have to recopy because I ruined my clipboard. But fine. So we're gonna start with Chi. And we're gonna build a router and whatever. A server. We're gonna start with a server, and then we're gonna have to figure out some endpoints that we want to add to the server. Now these endpoints won't be as complex because we aren't adding the database yet. So I guess I can come up with an idea for the service later. I'll just start with the framework. And then we'll have to keep thinking about ideas for this companion service because I definitely need it to do something, right? Like, why have an example that doesn't do anything? I was approached by Manning Publications to create a course, and they said, we want our course to be something that they can take away and use. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't do it, is because I'm so bad at building, like, usable projects. Like, nothing I build is actually usable. Or practical. Google just told me it's noon and time for lunch, but I still have 2 more hours of... So I'm planning on streaming for 2 more hours. Which I do not know how many ad breaks that is. But they're not doing pre-roll ads, so there's that. So let's set up Chi router. I'm going to call it a Chi server, but they're calling it a Chi router. add routes, add endpoints, add failure cases, failure. This is just me scoping out what to do. And then we're gonna add tests, right? That's all of it. Add simple. This can still be a hello world example, but we want it to be a little bit more complex than hello world. We want it to be something that we can have different commands. So add simple commands. Add command endpoints, right? Like the whole point is we want something we can give. I think I want something I can give commands to, and it manipulates the database based on a set of commands. That's all I know at this point. So only 3 more subs to hit my goal. What should we do if we hit the sub goal? If you're doing auth, you have it force auth and didn't do hello user. We are doing auth, but auth is day 3. So that's a good, my ad starts in 5 minutes. Okay. Let's get 5 minutes of work done, and then we'll start the ad. I'm not going to snooze this one because we have 5 minutes. I think that's fine. Ooh, that's a good idea, though. Let me add that over here to our auth. Add auth for a hello user command. That's a really good idea. And by this point, we'll already have the functionality for interacting with the database or whatever garbage, I think. So this would be good. Again, so Nathan, I kind of said this earlier, but I feel kind of weird bringing up a server built for handling middleware and auth and all those cool kinds of things that servers do. I need to kill that command. Anyway, the swag one, because I don't have any new swag. But we're not talking about auth and middleware till the last day because it felt like it tied into monitoring and deployment better. So there's definitely a little bit of like disjoint there, but there was some intention. And I think I'm definitely going to mention in the slides about that, even if I don't necessarily do anything yet. But, yeah. That's my thought. To mention in the slides that, that they can do that. Like, if they want to explore on their own and not turn in for the 3rd day, even though they've already paid for it, I don't care. Hopefully, I mean, the idea is that, oh gosh, I did it again. I mean, not the idea, but the goal is, if I mention it in the slides, they might go experiment with it over the next 3 weeks, because this is 1 course a week for 3 weeks. 1 class a week over 3 weeks. They might experiment with it in the meantime. And no, I don't want that yet. Also, why doesn't GoMod have a thing on BimGo? It's like it doesn't. I don't have a GoMod. I didn't init my GoMod. It does seem disjointed. It's very disjointed. And I don't. It doesn't sit well. It's not fun. Like, it's not practical at all. It was intentional, but it's not practical. Yeah, it might be worth setting something up, especially since we have the endpoints. Not necessarily doing anything super authy, but kind of have some kind of a validation check at least. Especially if we're using something that has it built in. So I agree. And I'll definitely talk about it in the slides, and I'll probably provide an example, right? It might be part of the example. They just aren't implementing it. I think that might be a good compromise there to at least provide it, even if they don't get, if they're, and then have their implementation be later. A lot of it was also, this was the first time I've ever built a multi-day course, and so it was trying to figure out the days. Anyway, enjoy your ad break. I'll see you in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. My delay is about 20 seconds, so your ad should start in about 5 seconds. Sorry for the ad. Hold on with me. I'm trying out these midstream ads. But for any of you watching the recording, I'm going to go ahead and implement the cheese server. With that, I agree. Look, they've already have the middleware logger set up. What the heck? My ad still hasn't started yet? I don't know what the heck they're doing with these ads starting soon garbage. It literally said ad start in 30 seconds. And then they're like, ad starting soon. So I don't understand. It's all garbage. Let me know. If the ad has not started yet, please put in the chat that the ad has not started. So it's only supposed to roll an ad once every hour. I think it's doing it once every half hour. And what that's doing is it's stopping pre-roll. That means people can start watching my channel without watching an ad because pre-roll is annoying. And then the other thing it does is it's, I don't know, supposed to get me more revenue from ads. I think they've increased the revenue split on only ads, but they've decreased it on subs or some garbage. So yeah. So, yeah. I didn't actually run the first server. I'm so confident it'll work that I didn't even run it. But I haven't done a git init on this, so. Go mod init, that's what I meant to do. And what's this repo called? For anyone who doesn't know what go mod init does, go mod init essentially all it does is set up where in the go path your repo lives, so that you can have code outside your go path, but it knows essentially where in your go path it lives. So, go mod toddy is not a thing. Okay, so now that I have a go mod, because I didn't have one until now, I should be able to go run web frameworks. What is it called? What? No, I just want to ls. Go run RESTful Go ex-2 web frameworks. Okay, welcome. You should be all back now. I am getting used to these ads. And again, if you have any feedback for me about the way I'm rolling ads and you hate it, let me know. Like, I'll turn it off. I don't care. Okay, so this should now run. I've implemented just the dummy cheese stuff. It should spin up the framework and say welcome, and that's it. Oh, it's a server. Sorry, I didn't check the endpoint. You have your code living in your... I have a lot of my code that actually lives in my GoPath still, especially for work. Yeah, your folder structure still has you living it. Like, that is definitely how I organize it a lot of the time. I do not organize it that way on my personal computer. Because I have things that aren't Go. I really don't. But I would like to have things that aren't Go on my personal computer. So I have it outside, but for work, I only do Go. So it didn't make any sense to have the one non-Go repo not live in my code, not live in the GoPath. So yeah, I definitely do the same thing. I forgot what my endpoint was. 3,000, okay. That's what I needed. So now I can run it. And I should be able to do this. Just do a curl, localhost. It was the way you had to do it. I've gotten this computer since we had to do it that way. I can't just do that. Okay, perfect. Well. There we go. But again, like on my my work computers, I always keep it that way. Go still relies on the GoPath very heavily, even though they've abstracted a lot of it, and I think it's very valuable to know about your GoPath, so that's one reason why I keep it that way at work. 2, next Wednesday. I should share that with my friends. The DRE conference. Anyway. I just want to data engineering. So yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think there's a lot of benefit to actually still using the GoPath. I don't know. Okay, I'm undoing this. I think there should be a space, but I don't know. Okay, it's just a welcome. It returns that. The middleware logger. I didn't look at this, but I should actually know what this does. Logger is a middleware that logs the start and end of each request, along with some useful data about what's requested, what the response status is, how long it took to return. This is actually super nice. This will super help with alternatively, look at GitHub Goer HTTP log for more in-depth HTTP logger. So that's the logger that they're using. Standard output is a TTY. That's a log file, right? No, logger will print in color. That's TTY is not that. It did print in color. Otherwise, it'll print in black and white. That was really nice. I saw it, like we saw it when we ran it. Logger should be important. Logger should go before any middleware that may change the response, such as middleware recoverer. So does that mean, okay, good to know. So we are using this. When we do a write, it prints welcome, but it also logged that first, right? So just, yeah, so this is the logs, which is super nice. Great stuff for scraping. And then it just print welcome. So that's fantastic. Okay. Again, I haven't changed the example yet. Add logger for all requests. Ooh, we can do this. Again. So I don't think I said this. My first programming class was in high school. It was a Java class. I hated it because it was me and like 13 high school boys who all they talked about was sex and STDs. I don't know why. The high school boys I interacted with outside of that class had more interesting life than sex and STDs, but the people in this class only talked about sex and STDs. And as a closeted 16-year-old, that was the last thing I wanted, in Oklahoma, last thing I wanted to talk about. Hated the class. Our final project, but the one thing we did in that class really well was we figured out how to use the LAN server, anyway. So we were able to, my final project for finishing the class or graduating or whatever was writing with somebody else who was finished. We did a joint project. You can tell that we had horrible collaboration because it was a chat server / MP3 player. I wrote the MP3 player. He wrote the chat server. They had one UI. That was it. Anyway, ever since then, it's like all intro projects should be chat servers, right? So we can chat and garbage. Yeah. So I'm like, so basically I'm like, oh, well, this should just be a chat server and we can chat with each other. We don't need to chat with each other. There is a chat. Like, no, the chat server is a stupid idea. But that's what I'm naturally drawing myself to. Probably because of Twitch chat. So we get a welcome if we run it. Ooh, what if we did something like Wordle? Again, that's chat server. Ugh. It could be it could be a game though, right? We could do a CLI game. I don't know what to do. Add command endpoints, add failure. Okay. So we have a logger middleware and that. What else do they tell you to do in their Chi documentation? A REST preview. So middleware, request ID, real IP logger, and recoverer. Recoverer. I don't know what any of these do. So I will add them and comment them out. Should you comment things out like this? No. To do. I should do it. Investigate. Yes, a CLI game. See if we should add any rate limiting. Ooh, that could be fun. Add any for intro topics or wait until later, right, for the day 3 stuff. Yeah, but what kind of a CLI game? Ooh, we could do like a 20 questions or a guess the number or what other stupid CLI games have I built? Like, I built CLI games in college. That was part of the C++ course regimen, was build 3 C, like, literally, there were I think there were 16 projects in that class, and 2 of them were 2 weeks or whatever. And so... No. I am not using that as my opening line. Build Zork. Oh my gosh. I don't... I'm sure somebody's already done that. There you go. That was one of your assignments. Yeah. Well, I guess we're building a CLI game. Okay. I don't know what CLI game we're building. But we will be building a CLI game. To game. Don't know what game it is, but we're welcome to it. We should have some endpoints, failure cases, and tests. These will definitely add later based on the rubric or the whatever. Tests are later. But we do need to add failure cases and status codes. Which means we probably should have some kind of auth. Which was Nathan's whole point. Nathan, you weren't there. We actually had a professor from BYU come and say, hey, should we start teaching Go? And then Todd was like, no, you should teach them Rust. And then I was like, why? Rust only makes sense for replacing C++. It doesn't make sense for replacing Java. If you're replacing Java, please teach them Go. He's like, no, teach them Rust. Because, you know, Todd. Didn't teach him Go. Okay. Oh, now I can say, I bet if I say I'm building a CLI game, I will get so much traffic from Twitch because they'll be like, ooh, game, because game development is the thing. Okay. Real IP? Oh, that can be scary. I don't know if I want real IP. Okay. Right now we have a welcome, which is a welcome endpoint that just curls. Listen and serve. We should add some additional endpoints and some failure cases. What endpoint? I think it can be done. I think learning Go as a first language can be done. But it can only be done if they have a good understanding of the CLI. And let me tell you, the people I interacted with in the in my intro to programming course knew nothing about a CLI. They barely knew how to use Windows. Like, it's those people whose mastery of the computer was minimal. Yes. No Python as an intro language, please. Python is what's wrong with the world. Not really. Because if Python was what's wrong with the world, then that would be the banned language on this channel, and it's not the banned language on this channel. Python is a great scripting language, but I don't think scripting is a good... They don't... Pointers are... oh my goodness. I have an excuse, and I didn't take any classes that would teach me pointers in college. Self-taught. If you graduate with a CS degree and you do not understand pointers, that school has failed you. Like, I'm sorry. Computer science. That's the whole point of pointers. Computer science is to understand how to leverage and manipulate computers in a way to gain some kind of work or utility out of them. Manipulating memory is the main method that we're gaining utility out of computers. If they don't understand pointers, the CS program has failed them. Period. If they went to a boot camp, yeah, whatever, I don't care. CS? No. Okay. We need to have some kind of a login. I think that's the endpoint I'm going to create. Just one endpoint. And we need to have some kind of a login. And basically it will say, well, it will be like a register endpoint. We love health. Always love health. I'll always do a health. Version, no. This can still be a get. And it would be a register. And then we would need to be able to add arguments. Now, how do we add arguments to a cheese server? That was pretty simple, right? It was right here. With paginate, lists articles, get month, day. Ooh, that's easy. Article ID, subroute. So we would want some kind of a route, subroute. Ooh. So we want a route. Okay, so I actually don't want to do that. I want to use a route. Health is fine. API, no. Register, right? Because we're registering for their game. I also love building games as interview questions. I think they're great API design questions. I think they can be fantastic distributed systems questions, especially if you start doing client interface, because they have to do client server. You have to deal with everything, and people relate to games really well, so I really like them as interview questions. So maybe I can build this, and then it can be used not only as an example, but as an interview question. Hey, see you, Nathan. There is an ad starting in 8 minutes, so no worries. You know, gotta love those meetings. We don't need to paginate anything. So I want a route that is register. Oh, you're a sub, you don't see ads. Oh, I forgot about that. Subs don't see ads. That's why I should keep talking through my ads. Subs don't see ads. For sure. I'm not saying it's the best. I've just used games for API design or system design questions. Not the best, but there's no perfect one. Like, honestly. And for the interviews I was doing with that, it was first of all on, what is it? The HackerRank. I hate doing interviews with HackerRank. And then we had to build something and have code samples, and it was garbage. It was 100% garbage. And yeah, and we were trying to do, anyway, it was basically build something with a database that interacts with a mobile phone. And a solitaire game was the only thing I could think of, and it worked well. I think it's a great use case for certain things. We did good with scaling up. We did good with API design. I have never had an interviewee dig into LERP because I have never interviewed somebody with enough experience to even recognize it. And they would confuse me. Which is why I generally don't interview for distributed systems stuff. I think I've done it twice in my entire career interviewing. Yes. I agree, Nathan. No. I really hated interviewing with HackerRank. I hated everything about it. I am definitely, if somebody comes and says, hey, let's use HackerRank, I'm like, hard pass. HackerRank is the worst. Okay. HackerRank is the worst. Okay, so we're adding a sub router inside my route. Something like this. I'm just adding this for reference. That I do want... No, stop. And so this is a sub-route. Sub-routes. For register. And it's not an article ID. I want it to be just a username. And it's gonna be something stupid. Don't need that. But essentially, yeah, something like this. Get username. We'll check if the username exists. Update username. And then, well, we don't need to put. We wouldn't ever do an update. We would just delete. Yeah, I don't feel like I would be the best person to interview for distributed system stuff. Just like, because I haven't actually implemented anything. It's one of those things like, yeah, Mariah has decent conceptual knowledge, but like, you don't want somebody with conceptual knowledge just doing interviews. You want somebody that's actually like run into pain points conducting interviews like that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on interviewing. Oh, and don't use HackerRank, because HackerRank is the worst. And they're like, how else do you understand somebody's coding ability? It's like, not with HackerRank. I mean, I'm a big fan of take-homes, but I understand there's a lot of grievances with take-homes. I just don't know if seeing somebody write code is they're like, I don't know how to evaluate somebody's coding. It's really easy to evaluate somebody's conceptual knowledge and somebody's like how much they've actually done, but it's really hard to evaluate. I just haven't figured out a good way to evaluate. Is somebody good at writing code? Because writing code when somebody's watching you is not how you do it. We would need to add this username to database. Yeah, pretty much. Update username. We would still need username from that. Yep. And so I'll need to add all this stuff. Register is a good one. Another thing we would want one. Endpoint, we would want to do add more routes. What would the routes be, you may ask? Start game, join game, leave game, and then I would want not necessarily end game because I think that should be. And then we could do review game. I think actually get game history is better. Get game history. Get game status is a good one. And then the other thing I'd want to do, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can do, but I would want to get abandoned games. Because I want to leave... let's leave some bugs in here. Ad is starting soon. Just a reminder. If you sub, you don't get ads. If you hate this new ad system, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in an hour and 30... Not an hour. A minute and 30 seconds. 90 seconds. 90-second ads. Okay. This is fine. Here's the thing, and this is why I wanted a companion service. I have never had an interviewee dig into LERP. I should... Linear oh, yeah. No. Never had anyone dig into that. Yeah. That definitely is something that doesn't apply anywhere else outside of game development. And I don't think I would do... Yeah, I would not be a good thing for that. Admin router, completely separate router to administer routes. That's a good idea. Article to context, get article, admin router. A router interface. From CheeseMux. Use with group route mount handle func. Yeah. I'm gonna have to actually really look into this for this course, but it's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Cool. So for this, I don't, like, this is just printing. We'll add that. I don't quite know what we'll do. Maybe I have the handler, the handle funcs already defined with some logic. And Yeah, I don't quite know how I'm going to make this into an exercise. But we'll figure it out. So the question is, I think this is decent for the middleware server, but I think we need to skip this and start working on some of this stuff. And I'm going to take this code that we have in web frameworks and actually make a new repo, the dummy repo that will link. No, that's not what I wanted. That's fine. Not dummy repo, but the companion service. We are right now a CLI game. We don't know what game yet. But it seems fun. How am I going to make this new repo? Well, actually, that would make the Docker file really helpful, because if I built out the game and it could just be a binary file for the server, then I'm only worried about building clients here, which would be super easy. Again, like, the examples and stuff are fine. Okay, let's go ahead and do a git status. Cool. And we'll do a git add, git commit. And then this would be RESTful Go is what it's called. Right? RESTful Go EX2. Add chi router. That's not how you spell chi. Router for example 2. You're right, it is declared and not used. There's a lot of things that are declared and not used. Because I don't know quite what I'm doing in a lot of respects, and that's fine. I don't want to view my pull request. I just want it to exist. And my Go stuff's not working yet? Yeah, because my thing doesn't compile. Well, I don't know why it's not compiling, but I know it's broken. And it's fine that it's broken. So, excuse me. Oh yeah, there is no, the readme's in here. This is the one with the readme. And it's fine. Right here. I'm gonna message that fly guy. I'm starting to get really hungry. So, again, I'm trying to hit my maximum Twitch streaming times, which is from 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which I did miss, to 2 p.m. Mountain Time, which is an hour and 15 minutes. And I don't know if it's ending at 2 or starting at 2 and going to 3. Whatever, we're just hitting the middle of that. So I am, like, this is my lunchtime. This is also my dog's potty break time. So we will have to take a... I don't know. I was planning on just going through it. Anyway, my thought is... Okay, I'm planning on streaming at least for the next hour. If I take a potty break or have to go get more water, that's why. And I'll be right back. But let's go ahead. I don't want to start day 2, which is the database stuff, on this PR. And this isn't quite ready to merge yet. But I can start the code for it in a different repo. So that's kind of where my thought's at. Going ahead and creating a CLI game repo, even though we don't know what the game's going to do yet. And there is nobody with this generic of a name. Probably because it has to be Soy Pete / Golang CLI game, which is whatever. With the... What was the name of my other repo? Web services in 3 weeks. That's what it's called. Web services in 3 weeks. Was it 3- weeks or 3 weeks? 3- weeks, okay. Yeah, I know. And it can be public. And it's just fine. Okay. Come on. If these fly.io people get back to me, then they can sponsor my stream. That's all I care about. All I want is sponsorships. Like, to be fair, I don't care about making money from Twitch. I mean, I am not motivated by making money from Twitch. I do care about it. Cool. So this should have the server we just created, and now I can actually, let's just, come on guys. I can just do copy. Oh, I need to do a go mod on it, but I'll do that in a minute. Copy. What do we call it? Web services? RESTful EX-2 web frameworks, and that should be called game.go. Sweet. This now changes. This CLI game will be hosted on a server, and it's gonna allow people. Oh, and then we can integrate it with Twitch commands, and then people can play my CLI game on Twitch. Allow multiple players to use it. We don't know what the game will do. We don't know what the game will do yet, but we'll start with a simple CLI, with a simple login, with a simple register, and database. No, database. Gotcha. Database. Right? Okay. Now, I need to get a database running. I do not care about this so-called database persisting anything at this point in time. Ideally, database. Ideally, it'll just be hosted and persist things. That way, it makes sense. But for development purposes, none of this work needs to. Oh. Oh, my tummy. My stomach keeps grumbling again. A grumbling stomachic. Because I am hungry. I gotta keep my phone on Twitch. It boosts my numbers. My camera's covered. This is how I keep track of work. Uh-oh. Oh. Tomorrow's a very important day. Tomorrow's not P-Day. Whatever. Just keeping track of work. I don't do anything that matters, so it's fine. So this will set up a Postgres. Now we just have to connect to the database. There's two ways to connect to Postgres databases. I've done both. I like using SQLX. Not SQLZ. Oh, there is a SQLZ. SQLX is a really good one that I like. Another one is there's also a Postgres one. So if you're interacting with just Postgres, libpq is really, well, libpq is the driver, sorry. You need that anyway. What's the other one? There's another one that I've used. No, not with Database SQL. Not with Gorm. What's the other one that I've used? That's garbage. Somebody literally... Oh, I mean, I've literally used it, so I can just go to my repos and... just find it there. Your repos... Go... No. No. Where is my Tweeterbot? It's not on my repos. It's on Forge. No, that's literally just a file of SQL. Didn't I use it here? No, I used SQLX. But it was in the cockroach docs. What was the... Cockroach... DB... And go. PGX. That's what it was called. PGX. Thank you. That's what I needed. That's all I wanted. PGX was the other one. And PGX is really cool. I do like PGX quite a bit for connected Postgres. I just have more experience with SQLX. Let's add all 3 of these to our references, though. Well. Should I make a new PR? No. To do... Add to readme with db example. It's kind of a mess of docs, but that way I don't have to look them up again. Like I said, I have the most experience with SQLX. I really like SQLX. If you want to generate ghost structs from SQL, use SQL-C. But I really like SQLX. I'm probably going to use SQLX, but this is the driver that you need anyway. Oh, did I not? Oh, I did turn my stuff down. Oh look, there's my time block coming up. My time block for streaming from 1 to 4. I should already have DBX installed, so I should just... the other thing I really like to do, as you can see from the stuff that I thought I opened, somewhere. Not there. And I did pull this up once, and so the other thing I like to do is I like to use the URL handler when I connect to repositories. Not repositories, databases, the other things. Oh, because it's in Forge. I knew that. Tweet automated bot. I always forget where it is. This one. I really like to do that. It makes me feel good. I don't need that. So the username is nothing. Password is just password. Or was it Postgres? That's Postgres.
the host name is localhost 342, and the path is just Postgres, I believe. Actually, I think this is the path. I can print it out and double check. Before I actually run this. Oh, I need to do a go mod init, and this is called Golang CLI game. Go mod tidy. No, now I can run it. Oops. That's very invalid. I should probably do a go mod tidy again. Oh, I only have 10% left in my Apple Watch battery. That seems like a good time for me to go ahead, and I'm going to roll an ad. I'm taking my dogs out. I'm getting some water. I'll charge my watch. I'll be back. 5 minutes. So, sorry. Be patient and enjoy the music. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the potty break, because we all need those. Good news is, the 3-minute ad break counts for a whole hour. So, we won't have any ads for the rest of the stream. Yay! Cool. This won't connect. Docker Compose is not up. So. Hey, Lulu. Oh, I knew that. That's what I literally went there for. No, here, Mama. Wait a minute, Lulu. I was just gonna print it. Hi. So what that neo format thing does at the end is it formats unsaved for like all my files except for my Go files, because that it's handled by the Vim Go. I thought I'd try it. Because I was running into some major YAML forwarding stuff. Why doesn't it have a password? Oh. We don't need the OSN. Those need to just be... Same here. These are just strings, not OSNs. Oh. Great. Postgres at localhost. Yeah, that looks... No. The path is wrong. I don't... there shouldn't be a path. You're being so good and not stealing that, Lulu. That looks about right for a non-username. Right? Oh, the path is a database name. I need that. Okay. This should do it. That looks right to me. If there's no username, which I don't set one up, so it's fine. Docker compose with Podman. So I have Docker alias Podman. I'm no longer running Docker on my computer because I use Podman for work. Sorry. Just had to check if my other dog was there. My other dog is not there. So, I just need to figure out what the -D is for Podman. And get this cheese out of my keyboard. That was a good snack, huh, Lulu? Tide this over. Okay, what? I don't want to install something else. Yeah, great. I'm glad you found something. Podman's running. It already is. So maybe I just need to do the hyphen one then. Now see, it won't work. So I just need to figure out what Podman compose commands are. Can I do a man for? No. Yes. I already did that. That was 100% what I did. No, I don't want to do that. Like, it ran. Where's this freaking Podman docs? Okay. Podman documentation. Compose. Commands. Podman. I did that 100%. What are the commands again? Contain. Podman build, Podman run. Have I not used Docker Compose with Podman? There is no -D. Oh yeah, Podman's running. That's not my issue. My issue is running Docker Compose. And I don't want to necessarily install a Python script just to run Docker Compose. I mean, I could just kill Docker Compose. But Docker Compose is really nice. See, Podman Compose isn't a thing. So, how do you do Docker Compose with Podman? That's not running Podman Compose. 'Cause yeah. How to install Podman Compose? Why do I have to pip install it? Why? Does it do everything just like the other one? And it interacts with... Yeah. Okay, Docker Compose. Podman's running. It is always install Podman Compose. Is there... Yeah, create... So it looks like my options are install Podman Compose or install Podman Compose. Right? Are there any other options here? Okay, let's try it then. Why is that? What? Hey Zoga, how you doing? Long time no chat. Do you have any experience with Podman? I thought the last thing I'd do today would be try and get a database connection up in my machine, and I usually run my databases with Docker Compose. I am migrated from Docker to Podman with my work stuff because Docker's been so weird and stupid with their licensing. I use it on all my VMs. I use Podman, and that's great and all. But I'm used to running databases with Docker Compose for development. And now it's like, oh, there's no such container. Of course there's not. You're supposed to... build it. It's because Podman composes... So I was like Googling, how do you do this? And they're like, the only way to use Docker Compose, Tilt and Minikube. Oh, I've heard of Tilt. But those are for Kubernetes local. I'm not necessarily needing Kubernetes. I just want a local database. Podman Compose Build? What the heck is Podman Compose? I've never used Docker Compose Build. Thank you. Brew. Update Podman? Nope, that's not a thing. Brew. Upgrade. Sometimes this fixes things. It fixed. What did it fix the other day? Update. Brew update NeoVim. Brew update NeoVim fixed my Copilot the other day, so it worked. Anyway, I'm trying to build anyway. I just need to be able to create a user in a database. I mean, yeah, I guess I could just, instead of doing Docker Compose, I could just do a Docker run the Postgres, right? The only benefit of my Docker Compose, I mean, is I already have like the image and the port and the password configured, and it's pretty standard. And so, but I should be able to just Docker run a Postgres, right? I just need to be able to define what the username and the password are, and the database name, which is Postgres. I mean, until I get something hosted, which, you know, whatever. Easy example, BusyBox. See, they just are in the same thing as Docker Compose. Just run it. I mean, it's a valid Docker Compose file. I've used it before. Oh yeah, that should be identical. You're right. I might just do that. Because I didn't want to install this anyway. Is there a pip uninstall? Can I uninstall this? Well, I don't need to run multiple containers. I just need to run Postgres, so there's no reason to use Docker Compose. So I can uninstall? Cool. Cool. Yeah, I do want it there. If I'm not going to use it, I don't want it just sitting around on my machine. So I should be able to do a Docker pull Postgres. Oh, well, this was an error. Error getting credentials. Darker what? This was the only reason why the Podman stuff didn't work. Yeah, that looks like the right one. 130. Why do I need the Google Cloud Registry one? Shouldn't I be pulling this from the Docker registry? Oh, I probably need to. I did that. Okay. I did Podman start for sure, but I need to connect to the Docker registry. Oh, I bet I did do that. What's the history? Okay, I want to use the history command that I just installed the history alias for on my ZSH. Let's forget. Where's the history one? I want to use it so I can get my muscle memory in these commands. Stop it. I just want the cheat sheet. History plugin. Yeah, I just want the cheat sheet. Come on, guys. I know. I'm gonna be careful. Oh, it's being stupid. I was just gonna check, see if I did a Docker login. Because I have done Docker logins on this machine. I've only run it once. And it was just Docker login. So I haven't done Docker login. I must have done something. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Because essentially, yeah, I've pushed stuff to DigitalOcean more recently than I've pushed stuff to GCR. So I've done a gcloud auth configure Docker before. And that's about it. I did. I brought over some dot files, but they don't have any Docker stuff in it. I just checked. Ooh, stinky dogs. Yeah, that was a crop dusting. I didn't bring in any dot files for Docker though. I only brought in the ZSH file. Gcloud auth? Oh, I don't have Gcloud in binary installed, so I don't know what it thinks is going on. Right? Because it should just be a Docker pull. Just in case. Yeah, Gcloud's not found though. See, Gcloud's not found. I don't know why Gcloud's not found. Gcloud used to be found. I didn't think I messed around with my path to remove Gcloud. Why does it think I'm on an OS Linux? So I have... There's nothing in that. I have Docker IO DigitalOcean. See? Oh, go back to the live scene. If I just the cat there, it doesn't really have any. It says there's some CRUD helpers and then the registry, which is DigitalOcean and Docker Hub. I don't know why. It says something about the executable not being found in the path. I don't know why it's even requiring it. It shouldn't even be accessing Gcloud though. But I am sure, I mean... I don't think I've used this. Yeah. Haven't used that, so Podman's just... error getting credentials. Is it because... Do I need to do some kind of a login for Podman? Or... this? Yeah, I probably could. Should I just... If I remove that, what happens? If I delete the config.json file, what happens? Well, I can just move it, right? So now, so if I do podman machine init, VM already exists. Podman's start. Podman's already running. And then once it says once you've done that, try that. There we go, that works. Invalid reference format. There we go, that worked. That solved my problem, didn't it? Just deleting that stupid config file. So now I can just do a docker run Postgres -e. Oh, Postgres : latest? Thank you. Password equals Postgres? Isn't that what you said? Now you had an underscore. Do they have commands? Run. They are good. One's a boy, one's a girl. It's so nice outside that I put up my screen on my balcony, and so they love to they just look out there and they'll bark at cats and dogs and humans and cars and plastic bags, and they're really good. -e. Lulu comes and visits from time to time, especially after she's done barking. She knows that once she's barked, she needs to come say hi. She needs to come say, oh, see? Yeah, equals. Perfect. She needs to, yeah, once she's barked, she has to come see her mom and know that I am here. Request for resource is denied. We already pulled it. Oh, that's because I can't spell Postgres. Oh, it needs to be Postgres password? Thank you. The internet demands its pet tax. Well, I do have a sticker for my dogs do have their own emotes. I did create them. So if you spam them, then my dogs come and float on the screen. But they don't. Yeah, Lulu's made some appearances on here a couple of times today, because she's like, "Mom, what are you doing in the morning? Must specify Postgres." Did I spell it wrong? Oh, I think I did it wrong. I think. Stop it. So I think it's supposed to be Docker, which is Podman, run -e Postgres password equals Postgres. And then you say what the image is. Right? Or pissed grass or whatever I said. If not, I am. Oh, there it is. That was it. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that up in this screen, cause why the F not? What do we call it? Golang CLI game? And so now it should be. You got a port forward to reach from your whole local? I do. No. What? I shouldn't have to. I might need to expose it, but it should be fine. I didn't have to with Docker Compose. Oh, I'm not actually connecting anything. Right? Because if I do Docker PS... Oh. There's no port, so that means I do need to expose it. Yeah, thank you. We're on the same page. I just didn't say it right. Already in use. That's not what I wanted. Emacs Unbound. What's running on port 5432? If it's not Docker. Isn't there like a brew launch or something? Because I may have... No. Like, is there a brew start services? Because I may have been an idiot. And and have something running on. And done like a Bruce start. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I should just be able to test. Yeah, services start, that one. I think somebody did that. Is not started. Isn't it? Or is it PQL? Which is the command line for Postgres? Or how do I check what's on? Because this port shouldn't be in use. Yeah, I just ran that. Can I connect to this? Thank you. I knew it was netstat something. I should have just grabbed for what I wanted. Because this is too much. Right? I should have just gripped it. Nothing. What? There's nothing on that port? Yeah. I did a 1 instead of a 3. Hey, Lulu! Did you come say hi because you're barking so big? Is you barking so big and it's in time? Come say hi. Yeah, I'd say, oh, mama, scratch me. I don't want to return anything here, so we'll just panic. know why I like SQLX? Because it has a ping function. SSL is not enabled on the server. That's fine. That should be it was on mine, so that's what is the... Oh, I do need to encode it, don't I? It's not full verify, it's the other one. Hey, 270, how you doing? Postgres SSL mode. I just want the one that says none. Disable. Thank you. Oh, my camera is frozen, thank you. That just takes a minute to fix. Missing key in literal map. No, I'm not. How am I missing a key in my literal map? Param set. Oh, I don't need this. I think I know why. It can just be this. Sorry. Params equals that. Okay. Now it compiles. Yes. Yeah, I just declared the params. We're on the same page. Gotta finish this before the next ad roll. Come on, guys. And by guys, I mean myself. Well, clearly I guess I'm only doing regular Vim, just in NeoVim. Because I'm not using any real NeoVim scripts. That's what I learned from my last stream. Should I just set the Postgres user to also be Postgres? Hey, baby. How you doing, Lulu? Oh yeah, there is no user Mariah. So they're trying to use me as a user, which is not gonna work. Though you have to do -E every time. Okay. Now let's try it. Oh yeah, that worked. We connected. We got a database set up. That's awesome. That's all I really wanted. Build out login command. And we're gonna remove the Docker Compose. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I just put Postgres. I probably could have added Postgres without adding it to the default. And I'm gonna actually remove the Docker Compose. I use a mix of whatever I feel like. Cool. Well, that's my 4 hours today. Oh, dismiss. We're not going to. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for playing along, for helping me, for enjoying my experiment. It's been super productive. Wish me luck on this course and on the CLI bot. And I hope you all have a good Monday. I gotta get back to my day job work.